What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and this is the next episode of our Project Zomboid playthrough. Where we had left off, we had found ourselves a super bitching doctor's office with an upstairs floor, and let's go ahead and take a look. I'll actually give you a quick run through on everything that's gone on. So it's been about 2.5 days. It took me quite a bit of time to actually move everything that we had on hand from Fort Blueberry over to here. Fort Blueberry is what I'm calling that blue house, and honestly, we did it just in time. There was a gunshot outside of Fort Blueberry that caused all kinds of just commotion. I had to fight a number of enemies away. It turned into a mess. As it stands right now, there's a giant horde of zombies just sitting around outside of it. The whole thing is just a giant mess. So what we want to consider for the time being is that realistically, we have a couple options in front of us. I'll kind of lay them out here. So our first option is that we find a third location and we retrofit it for defense against the zombies. Now, at a certain point, we have to talk about whether we're just being paranoid versus being prepared, and it's something important to be able to distinguish between the two. However, there were machine gun shots, which I've never heard before, actually. In the entire game, I've never heard and so we just had like a giant burst of gunfire outside right before I started recording. So let's actually go outside and we're going to take a look at the damage here. I'm getting the sneaking suspicion that there was probably a migration of zombies here. Yeah, so I had done a pretty good job of clearing out the neighborhood, and unfortunately that gunshot is going to rearrange a large portion of all of them around. What I'd like to do in this episode, so let's talk about what our mission is going to be for today. I would absolutely love to head back to both the location on our left where all those zombies are and get all the guns out of the building, or all of the ammunition, whatever is left over there. I know there was something in there that I left behind that I'd like to go back and get, and then I would also love to hit the gas station and bring a bunch of shotguns and firearms to this location. My thought in doing so is more or less twofold. First and foremost, I want us to be like a stronghold. I want to make sure that we actually have the things on hand that we need to defend ourselves. Second, we're going to start clearing out this neighborhood. I like this survival location a little bit better than our initial spot. I don't really know right now if this is going to be a group of zombies that can actually be cleared. Yeah, I don't think it is. So they did a really good job of rearranging themselves overnight. That single burst of gunfire appears to have brought them all into the neighborhood. All of my work has pretty much been for naught, unfortunately. I've killed dozens and dozens of zombies up here just to make the whole neighborhood safe, and it looks like I'm going to have to redo the process. So let me do a little bit of scouting, and then hopefully we do some rerouting, after which point I will definitely stop rhyming, and we will go back to our house with all the supplies that we have on hand. So I prefer to keep all these guys away from the doctor's office for the time being. I was really happy with how safe we were at our other location. Yeah, there's no back door to this place. I was going to try and backdoor my way through it, as we are known to do, kind of run through a window and jump out the front door. Unfortunately, the opportunity didn't present itself. This building, I think, should be useful for just that purpose, though. So there we are. In true Days fashion, we managed to zip through a house and take care of business. Now, I'm going to check. This is Fort Blueberry right here, where we were set up before. And as the Shizawis had it in our previous episode, I'm going to take a look and see if the horde is still next to here or if it moved with those gunshots. So yeah, it looks like there was a horde sitting right here that kind of attacked the building. It was a bit of a problem. Let me look at my baseball bat. It's got to be, yeah, it's getting pretty close to broken. The other thing that we have to think about is that at our new doctor's office fortress, now at our previous house all the way in the northeast, we have ourselves a nice little supply of both firearms, building tools, things of that nature. We have none of that here at this location. And so for the time being, I would love to run through and see if we can locate hammers, nails, anything we can get our hands on to completely and totally retrofit the building. So I am going to be taking whiskey bottles because I do have another mission that I want to go on in another episode. I'm thinking we're going to get ourselves a bunch of Molotov cocktails and just see what kind of trouble we can get into. But for now, let me grab some of this entertainment stuff. We did a pretty good job at getting all those zombies out of our neighborhood. It'll depend if I end up trailing them back with me. It may or may not happen. I didn't sheet the doctor's office for the most part because I know that we already had, most of the windows already had curtains and things of that nature on them, so there wasn't a whole lot to worry about there. Looks like we've got a little miniature group of douchebags in there. Lovely, but I've already searched the building, so we'll just get on out of here. I think for the time being, let's go check the gas station first, and then after we get the guns out of the gas station, hopefully the gunshots and the things, I know I asked you guys in a previous episode whether or not you knew whether the gunshots and the helicopters and things were going on at different locations. Those zombies appear to have seen me, so I'm just going to make a break for it, unfortunately. Coming through the brush there can always be a little risky. Here's another kind of wealthy looking house. I'm not positive if I'm lined up on the right road right now. I think I am, but I'm not sure. I actually, no, I'm not. Never mind. Let's go ahead and we'll head back up this way. I'm going to make as much noise as possible for now because I was doing it anyways, and so I want to make it seem like I plan to do this. But, but no, I'm going to try and drag them off the roads because I prefer to keep them for my own personal travel leisure, if at all possible. Looks like we already hit that building right there. Hopefully I'll be able to find my way back to the doctor's office. It's going to be very, very disappointing if I can't. I think this is the road that I wanted that leads back to the gas station. See if I could duck and weave my way around these idiots for a little while. Got some chips I'm going to eat on the fly. Yeah, so here's the football field, the soccer field, whatever you desire to call it at your given location. And then I believe we had like an apartment complex here. And then after the apartment complex, we're going to be able to weasel our way, well, as best as we can towards the gas station, which looks like it might be overrun. It's difficult to tell. Looks like we've got a school building right here. That is an enormous class. And none of the doors look like they're open. I was going to say I could try and weasel my way through, kind of weave my way through the hallways there, but I really don't want to bust a window right now. I'd prefer to avoid that scenario. I'm going to sneak as best as I can through there. I wasn't able to unlock Sneak 2 yet. I have been trying. I really, really want to put more points into Sneak. I feel like it's an ability that's going to serve us pretty well in the future. Just putting the 1 point into Sneak seems to have done a pretty good job at keeping us... Oh, God. Are you serious right now? Yikes. Okay. Well then, I suppose we'll draw them back over this way as best we can. I mean, this is such a herd here. It's such a huge herd to sheepdog that I'm not really positive if we're going to have any real success in this whole thing, but we can try. I mean, it's worth a shot, I guess. It doesn't look like there's any breaks in the trees or anything. We may not get a whole lot done today. The rearrangement of the zombies is not quite what it was before. I did a little scouting mission right before I started the episode, and I promise you it wasn't this bad. There weren't this many zombies everywhere, but for the time being, this looks like it's going to be, well, face-to-face confrontation with zombies might be a foregone conclusion, unfortunately. So that might just be a thing that we have to deal with as we go along. Let me see if we can go back up the road. I'm going to try and take it easy. I mean, we drew as many back that way as we possibly could, but there is the possibility that they'll still be arranged, not tightly over here, but still... Yeah, I don't think I did a very good job at grabbing all those guys. What we could really use right now is a burglar alarm. Just kind of get all these things in the same location, if you know what I mean. Sometimes burglar alarms can very much... Oh, God. Oh, I accidentally ran. Damn it. Alright, so... Well then, and it doesn't matter if you only sprint a single step, they hear it. Like little ridiculous vultures, they hear it. So, I don't know what this building is right here. We'll check the doors while we're here just to see. I mean, we might as well, right? An adult education center. Okay, so it's one of those places where they teach people to read or something. Alright. That or it's... Maybe we live in like a utopian government where it's like 1984 and they're just like re-educating people all over the place. I wouldn't know one from the other, to be honest. Aha, back door. But this building appears to be a little bit swamped, so I don't think I'm going to risk getting myself trapped in a location like that just yet, he said as he walked down the alleyway that could possibly be well stocked with zombies. That back door was not going to be an option. Alright, let's go ahead and work our way past this enormous litter pile. And just see how quiet we can be. How did that happen? Like, really? Maybe they were on the other side of the fence. I don't know. Weird things afoot here in Knox County. I'm just gonna keep running. Sneaking is not helping me at all. And there's just so many of them everywhere. I'm not completely sure I'm even in the right spot, to be fair. I may have gone a little too far back. If I could find the apartment building, we'd be okay. Yeah, so here we are. I think this is the back side of the apartment building. See if I can wipe out some fools here. Nope, not at all. Okay. Well then, Zambies, you appear to have won the day, but I shall give you the slip. As best I can. Make sure there's nothing behind me as I do this. I thought there was a horde back in here a little bit ago, but it may have moved. They do seem to kind of sweep around a little bit. If we can get to the gas station here, I'm going to feel pretty good about what we got done during the day. Unfortunately, we're almost out of time. It's going to be getting dark pretty soon. The gas station looks like it's overrun. All things to think about as we attempt to do a little bit of clearing here. Did I leave the back door open? I hope I did. No, that was a bathroom or something of that nature. Now I remember. Either way, I think we'll probably be able to give him the slip if we run the circle right there and then sneak our way back up through the front. Just kind of hang tight here and see what happens as they rearrange themselves. Nope, that one right there somehow magically saw me through the wall, I think. Maybe. What are you doing? Stop that. There we go. Sometimes characters in this game do things I don't want them to do. Like that right there. I'm trying to loot that cabinet and she keeps jumping through the window. Go back through the window, idiot. Oh my god, what are you doing? You're making me very frustrated right now. I'm going to try and get as many of these shotgun shells as possible because this is a good place to start in terms of arming and getting ready for the future. I may come back here and get the shotguns at a separate run. Yeah, it looks like I'm full up anyways. So let's go ahead and empty that whiskey bottle. Yeah, we're going to have to be on our way. It's going to be dark pretty soon. Let's see if we can find our way to... I think what I'll try and do is I'm definitely going to try and sneak into the apartment complex and we'll try and crash there for the night. And then we'll make the run back to our new home at the doctor's office as best as we can. I'm just going to sneak all the way back over there because we should be getting sleepy pretty soon anyways, so we're pretty much going to have to bed down as safely as possible. I'm going to go around the back way. Maybe we'll bust a window out or something. I don't know. Oh, there is a back way. Okay, nice. That's actually going to serve us very, very well. So let's make sure... there's a number of zombies right there, so we may have to... Looks like we got a busted door right here. Maybe this will be my inn. It's hard to tell sometimes. Oh, a storage locker. Alright. Free crowbars. Alright. Couple nails. Not exactly what I was looking for. I mean, I was really hoping to find maybe some hammers or something of that nature. Maybe another axe would be very cool too. If we could get our hands on another axe, I think that we'd be in a really, really amazing situation. But, you know, you can't be too choosy in these situations. We've got a half through the wall zombie right there. Hopefully he doesn't see us as we sneak around this corner. I knew I drew down some heat on myself the last time I came through here. Yikes. Alright, so... not going to go through there into the dining hall thing because I can't remember what doors I had open. God. Okay, and so this is going to be home sweet home for the night, I think. I don't think I have any sheets or anything. Let's go through some drawers and see if we can pick out some sheets or something. Dish towels are going to be important, so I'll probably start bringing those with me as well as we get further along into the game. Wow, this is a pretty impressive hotel, or whatever it is, actually. I got the double it's got the double counters right there and everything. I may have picked through here already. It's looking mighty empty. Yeah, we'll take the dish towels for later. Hopefully they don't overweigh us. Let's see, yeah, we're on 6 of 8. So let's grab the dish towels. We need those for Molotov cocktails. So I've been thinking I'm going to start grabbing them anyways as we run around. Tomorrow we'll try and finish off the rest of this place. Maybe I'll try and centralize the loot here so that possibly we can come back. But we have no food, unfortunately. So, alas, we're going to have to locate some food before we get too much further into this little adventure. Probably should have brought a little bit more with me, but I guess that's kind of water under the bridge at this point. Go ahead and sleep for the eve and see what happens. I don't think we're going to starve or anything like that. The worst case scenario is we'll have to ditch some loot because our weight distribution will go down. Still dark out because it's 5:20. Check some of these other rooms for anything that might be useful to us. Some books, things of that nature. Most of these are probably going to be realistically quite empty. We might consider filling our water bottle though, and also filling the empty bottle, so that we can have a little bit of water to take back with us. Actually, that might be another thing that I'll use this location for, is I may swing back here and fill up all of our water containers at some point. Yeah, our chances of finding food in a motel are unfortunately unlikely for the time being. Oh, there's a mini fridge. Alright, we found ourselves something. So I'll probably just take the butter, and if we really get ourselves into trouble, I'll eat the butter. I don't like it, but maybe this is the landlady's house because this place seems to be furnished. Check for pistols or anything else that can be carried along with us in all these drawers. Another dish towel, I'll take that. So we've got enough dish towels now to make several Molotov cocktails. We actually need to find ourselves a gasoline tank, though, if we wanted to make Molotovs. It is one of the required ingredients, unfortunately. So as soon as I track down one of those, we'll probably be in a much, much better spot. Alright, so that room's been searched. Let's go ahead and... I'm going to keep canvassing, to be honest. Canvassing, not going to hurt us anyways. We might as well search the location while we're here, make note of any useful, notable objects. So we got sheets there. Nothing in the cabinets but more sheets. Alright, so this location's looking like a bust. Ah, upstairs soda machines, actually. So we got a pop bottle there, and we've also got nothing. Okay, well, the pop is perfectly fine. We'll drink that if we get desperate, too. And I actually don't want to stick around for the results of his death because I know there's a horde down here right in between us. So we may end up getting ourselves kind of trapped. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Oh, I was a little worried about that situation, but we'll be okay. It's just a busted ankle. We can outwalk most of these guys, so what I did right there is I actually ended up jumping over a banister. Not the smartest decision, but it is one that you have to do in certain cases. Let me store some of the stuff because we're wounded. We can't really move very quickly. We'll drink the pop. There we go. Shouldn't kill us. We're only... Oh god, never mind. Okay, so we are quite wounded at the moment. Should probably consider band-aiding up here. Oh, never mind. It just dropped my health straight. Alright, well, I'll take it. I mean, I don't like it, but I'll take it. So let's hang tight for just a minute. We'll eat the butter just to get the fed bonus so that we get a little bit of health back. And then we're just going to hang tight here for just a second. You can see our health bar is creeping up. I'm going to wait till that's back up where I want it to be. We had to jump the banister right there. That was pretty much it had to happen. I knew the second I hit that zombie that I probably got myself in trouble. Either by... It was one or the other. Either I had been sprinting on top of something I shouldn't have been sprinting on, or B, I was killing a zombie in a location I shouldn't have been killing a zombie. So it is what it is, unfortunately. We live with the results of our actions, especially in Project Zomboid. Knox County is not forgiving when it comes to these sorts of things. Got a big old herd right here. We can sprint through the middle. Hopefully our injury doesn't come back. Is my health dropping? No, very minor damage. Okay, so we lived. Jumping off the second floor, I don't think that's something... I mean, I've jumped off 3-story buildings and landed back in my skateboarder days, and I turned out okay. I wasn't damaged or wounded or anything like that. I'm going to assume that she injured herself jumping off the banister because she's like doesn't know how to tumble or something of that nature. Because if you know how to tumble, you really don't injure yourself anymore anytime you fall off. Well, second, third story, you'll be alright as long as you know how to tumble, but anything higher than that, it's a little suspect. Like, I wouldn't jump off a 4-story building. That's like suicide. No thank you. 3-story, though, I can personally say that I've done. That one I can vouch for. I kind of hung off the edge and just kind of dropped. I had to go get a... I think I jumped off a 2-story back in when I jumped off with a skateboard, and I ended up spraining my ankle on that one. So that's a bad example. That's an example that you can't really live by, especially with the metaphor that I'm trying to make here. But with the 3rd-story window, I kind of hung off the side and then dropped off that way, and it turned out okay. Didn't injure myself or anything of that nature. Just kind of landed and foot stung for just a second, then I took off. Well, that's the universal sign that I searched it. Now I'm off the road that I really want to be on. I believe this is the road that I wanted to keep myself traveling along, so let's head back to our house for the time being. We didn't get a whole lot of scavenging done, but we do know the lay of the land. We know how the zombies are redistributed at this point. I can't guarantee that I can find my way back to my house from here. I think I know where I am, but I get lost a lot. I believe I know where I am, and belief is sometimes all you got, so I'll take it. I'm just going to sprint through here. We got trees on the other side, so we've actually got cover that we can cut through. Fortunately, so do the Zeds, but you know what I mean. As long as we've got some kind of dense foliage to slip through, we should be okay. I'm going to keep an eye out for dead zombies, because that's usually a pretty good indicator that I've been there. Worst case scenario is I'll jump on a map in between episodes. We'll camp out in a random house for the evening, and then I'll jump on a map in between the episode and figure out where I am, and we'll touch go, because yeah, I definitely think I'm a little off base here. I may have gone down. Maybe it was the road in front. Oh my. You cats are everywhere. Lovely. Well, we've got this little area right here, so we may as well sweep through as best as we can. This neighborhood also seems to be sort of abandoned, so let's go ahead and see if we can find some food, since we have no food at the moment. Well, the front door was open. There's a peanut butter right there, and I'll definitely take that. There's some instant popcorn and a dog food. Hopefully they haven't completely surrounded us. I kind of ran inside without thinking. But I was interested in finding food for the night, so I didn't completely search that place. I'm going to leave the door shut just so I know that it's not completely swept. And then I kind of have a vague idea where I am on the map right now, but I am pretty much lost. I'm pulling sort of a Magellan right now and just kind of, or I mean more of a Columbus, and just kind of wandering around aimlessly until the episode ends. So we'll try and find anything else useful so that I can grab a map. Unfortunately, I would love to have a map that you fill out as you go. Like maybe if you carry like a notepad or something of that nature with you, and then you run around a neighborhood with a pen, it like auto fills out a map or something like that. Just so I don't always have to be alt tabbing whenever. Whenever I play single player, I'm always just alt tabbing like every 3 seconds to take a look around. If an alarm goes off here, we're gonna have to get out of Dodge pretty quickly. But as it stands, I think we're in pretty good shape with this location. I don't like how the bed is in front of a window. That's pretty much a giant invitation to eat me. And not in the way that I usually utter that phrase. Let's see here. Grab the butter. What am I getting stuck on here? I'm getting stuck on something. Well, there's bullets, there's ramen noodles. What else do I have in my inventory? What am I carrying around? Oh, a ton of shotgun shells. That's what it was. Yeah, a buttload of shotgun shells that we were trying to get back from the gas station. I recall now. Got a little bit of space, but we're not going to be... Let me see what I can store away here. My weight went up. Well, take the book out then. There we go. Let's take the ramen noodles. I don't think the bullets are actually going to... Yeah, we'll be able to stuff the bullets in here. That works out. So now that all the bullets and all the food are ready to roll, alright, so I'm pretty happy that we decided to check this place out. Let's make sure there's nothing else here that I didn't miss, but I think I got everything. It's 12 o'clock, so we got a little bit of time left. I'll leave the door open. I'm pretty sure our house is back down this way, like more or less. So I guess we'll continue wandering this way, and if we don't find it within the next hour or two, I'll retreat back to this location, crash for the night, and then we will resume our exploration of the neighborhood tomorrow. Really, navigation becomes more difficult just because of the zombies. I really think that's the extra factor that makes the whole thing nastier. What do I want to eat? Let's eat... Yeah, because we already ate butter, so we're already unhappy from that. Let's just eat the popcorn. So there it is. So now we've eaten a bunch of popcorn kernels. We're, I guess, feeling better. I don't know. Popcorn kernels as a meal don't really feel like they'd be very sating. But you eat what you gotta eat. I mean, they give you something to chew for a while, so I guess it'll take your mind off things. This neighborhood appears relatively untouched. There's some blood over there, from what I'm not really positive. Picking up oh, is this the back? It is. Okay, so here's the medical clinic right here. We made it home. Yeah, I had a feeling that I was semi in the right neighborhood. I just couldn't prove it. There was no like nanner moment where I knew for a fact that I was in the right spot. I knew the vague area that I was in. So let's go ahead and we can actually make another loot run then. That entire neighborhood completely empty. So let's dump this stuff off as quickly as possible. I'm actually going to keep all the weapons and ammunition in this cabinet in my room just in case we have to make a last stand, because if you've got the ammo, why not? We'll throw the shotgun shells in there. I know for a fact there was 2 shotguns at the gas station. There was also another shotgun in a building. I think the building next door had a shotgun, actually. I'm not positive on that one. That's one that my memory is a little vague, but I'm pretty sure it did. Throw all of the ammunition in here. We will put the dish towels in with all of the water bottles and things that we managed to fill up. So we're in pretty, well, I mean, we've got an extra water bottle, which is good. It's going to help us in the greater scheme of things. Because this location doesn't have a very good water supply. It just doesn't. So we'll throw that in there. Rearrange all of this stuff really quickly. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit longer when you're trying to move things out of your bag. So if something's in a bag and you want to drop it off the ground or drop it onto the ground, it takes a lot longer, and it's just something you kind of got to live with. Everything else here, our supplies are going pretty well. I'd love to have a full fridge at this location, 50 units at the other, so that we can displace at any time one to the other. Like, it seems like we'd probably be better off at the other location right now. That's kind of the thought that I'm getting. So we may end up traveling back to there while we search for other things. If we can't find a hammer, that's going to be where we're going to have to go anyways to go get our hammer. I probably should have brought it with me before we went out to look for a new place to live. It's a little oversight that I didn't think about, but it's one that I'm actually paying for in the greater scheme of things now. Now, I am semi-worried about looting houses that are right next to this one. Like, I really don't want to set off an alarm next door. If I set off an alarm next door, it means a horde could park itself right there, and then I'm in the exact same spot that we were in with Fort Blueberry. Every time I say Fort Blueberry, it makes me laugh, and I don't know why. It's just a funny name to me. This house has a busted window, so we're just going to help ourselves. Rotten bananas, rotten tomatoes. Definitely a letdown because I very much like bananas. Got a kettle there. I will start bringing some of these other water-holding things with me, I guess. Probably fill the kettle up before we leave here. That's probably what I should start doing, is every location trying to pick up at least one water receptacle or one container full of water, so that every time I come back to the house, I've at least... Oh, God. That scared the hell out of me. Wow. Oh my. That one sent me for a loop. God. Get my eyebrows back from the back of my head. God. Okay, well. Why there was a bunch of zombies locked in a closet? No idea, but, you know. I mean, I probably should have thought about it a little better, just because there was so many windows busted out and things, but how they busted the window and then closed the closet on themselves, not really sure. There's some sheets in there, but I don't think we need them right now. I sprinted a little bit. I made the ultimate mistake. I sprinted a little bit. Just a tiny little sprint, and that's all it took, just a little sprint. And down you go, amigo. A green sweater on there. I like that sweater. I don't know if this is the time to accessorize or to be looking for a new wardrobe, but I will say that that was a mighty fine sweater that I was thinking about wearing. So, some zombies here. We're far enough from the house now where I don't feel bad if I set off a burglar alarm in any of these little condos. So let's just kind of loot our way through the village here. Oh, God. Okay, whew. Close call. Close call. Definitely a ninth inning type deal. God. And then we got a number right here. I'm actually going to try and handle them as much as possible. I mean, my bat is very nearly broken. There we go. Nothing on those zombies. I'm hoping for a replacement weapon right now. I'm going to be really honest. That's why I'm searching all these guys. Really hoping for a replacement weapon. Close the door behind me just in case. Got some extra magic ice cream. Great. I'm going to start calling it astronaut ice cream, to be honest, because that seems like it's that freeze-dried ice cream that just kind of hangs out. Let's take the pot. What I'll do is I'll throw the cooking pot in here. We'll fill it. There we go. And so now we got a pot of water. We'll throw that back in the duffel bag. Don't ask how it works. It just does, okay? It just does. This place, they're apparently stockholders in Lay's or something because they've got all kinds of chips laying around, which is good. Very, very good for us. I hear clickery and clackery, and I don't like it. Cease with your clickeries, Knox County. Anybody in here? No? Okay, good. God. The things that happen in this game sometimes. Just 2 close calls in a row, just terrifying myself. Just worst day ever. Let's take the kettle out, we'll get a little bit of water from there, and then we'll fill up one of these bowls too. I'll fill up as many of them as we can anyways. So we'll fill the kettle from there. And there we are. We're on a pretty decent path now to having a little water supply too, just in case we need to hold out and kind of lay low for a day or two. It does happen. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Sometimes you just get overrun and you've got to lay low in a building for, you know, a day or two. It doesn't happen very often, but it is one of those things that occasionally crops his nasty head. So we've just about hit the 31-minute mark. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle. I'm going to break the episode off here because I feel like I need to find a bit more direction. That whole episode went absolutely just horribly. We didn't get well, we brought back shotgun shells. So mission 1 was taken care of, but all the other missions that I had for the day, unfortunately, we're going to have to try and make another run at the gas station tomorrow. Get a few more shotgun shells, but without a boomstick, it's not really going to do us a whole lot of good. I'm really thinking about having a shotgun last stand outside the gas station and seeing how many of these guys we can take out before we go about our business, because we are going to be looting that area pretty frequently. But anyways, thanks for joining me. This is Splattercat signing off here at the Nerd Castle. Take care out there, everybody.